All right, and we're just gonna be ranking the players. Okay, so we're gonna probably do the top and the bottom and then try to fill in the mid, and then we'll probably reorder them as time goes. All right, here we go. Let's get it. So the best roster move this entire split for me would be Abadage over Ryoma. I think that's the one that's been the best. And what do I think is the worst? I think the Alfari one has to be the worst, right? Okay, Alfari getting benched has to be the worst. Okay, so what else here? Zix to Reapered seems okay. Oh, definitely Danny has to be second. Actually, definitely Danny might be even bigger. Hold on. Maybe Abadage isn't even the clear favorite. Maybe Danny is the clear favorite. You know what? I'm going to say Danny actually was a bigger roster move than Abadage. Because I think it like, Abadage's made a 4th place team, like a 2nd place team. Whereas the Danny roster move made like a 5th place team that wasn't even close to like the top 5 or the top 4. The best team. So yeah, I would say Danny is the best roster move. Damn. I would say Fly's coaching staff is pretty big. I'd say this one is just whatever to me. This would be just a middle of the pack one. All the FlyQuest ones will just be grouped together. So what is another terrible one? Oh, so Ligo to Yasui. That one was really bad, right? So Ligo to Yasui, I think, is a really horrible one. Because that made no sense to me, man. Like, Yasui was just, I don't know, pretty uninspiring. Licorice for solo, I think, is also, like, pretty weird. I mean, it looks pretty okay right now, but I would say it looks weird overall. So Sven for King, I think, is pretty bad. This is down there. But I thought Yasui was, like, way worse than Ligo, and it made no sense, especially considering when they did it. When Dig was, like, winning all their games, it makes no sense. Okay, let's try. Let's just fill out the whole thing. Why not? All right.
Nice.
So Sven is definitely down here. I mean, one of the best ones I think is Jat, honestly. I think changing Jat is one of the best ones because the team was just completely doomed. Solo for Licorice, I think, was a pretty bad one. I think all the FlyQuest ones were decent. I would say the next best one would probably be the Jat one. I would say the Santorin one is good just because he's sick, right? Like that one, that one's good for a different reason. That one's a good change because he is sick. I would say this one would probably be the C9 one. C9, ADC, Sven, King. All right, we're making it somewhere. Why is this so? And then I'd say bringing Sven back is definitely a really good one. So C9, ADC, bringing Sven back has to be a good one. If the other one's bad, then this one is good. I've actually really liked Sven Scare and Contracts, like trading games. Like I feel like the times where they've used Contracts has actually played really well. See which other ones though. I think Niles for solo is really big. Niles for solo is huge. So top Niles solo. Okay. You know what? I can actually rank these individually. I really can rank these individually, but it would be so hard. It's probably not worth it. Probably not worth it to rank them. They should all be in like the same clump, but I think we can rank them amongst the clump. Like I feel like Diamond coming in has actually been pretty good, and Kumo coming in has been pretty good. I think Jose Dioto for NXI, I think they're both like performing. Say Johnson for Tomo is probably like up there. So if I were to rank them, I would say like Licorice for Kumo was the best. Then Dreams for Diamond was the second best. Then Johnson for Tomo was third. Then Palafox versus Triple, and then Jose Dioto and NXI. I think they're both playing fine. So the worst ones, let's go Dig here. Jungle, Dardoch, Acadian. Triple is smurfing, but I don't think that Palafox was the issue. I thought Palafox had a lot of games where he smurfed and the team just sucked anyway. Solo for Licorice. I think Solo for Licorice made no sense to me for Golden Guardian. So GGS, top lane. Like, even though Licorice has been performing well, I feel like Solo is the best player on the team. So, like, they, like, side graded at a time where there didn't need to be a roster change. And I don't think that it's made the team that much better. And I think there was so much risk. So I actually really hate that roster change. Even though it looks fine right now, in the first week it looked fine, I just don't like the roster change because it doesn't make sense considering that the team was overperforming expectations. So here, let's do the newbie one. So it's GGS, support, newbie for Chime. And then I guess I'll do, like, the thing is, I don't really like doing coaches unless there's, like, a big issue. Like, obviously, I know behind the scenes that, like, what was happening with Jet, and, like, that's why I prioritized that coaching change really heavily. The reason why I don't care about the 100 Thieves one as much is because there was no real inside information, and I don't actually feel like the coach, like, so with Zix as a coach, they were 4th. So with Zix and Zix and Tommy, they were 4th. And then with Tommy being changed for Abadage and Reaper being changed for Zix, then they became, or like Zix being changed for Reaper, then they were 2nd. But it's like, do I think there was a big like coaching difference? I don't know. I don't feel like 100 Thieves are like that much smarter than they were before. They literally just look like they have a better mid laner. That's at least my take when I try to analyze the situation. Like, it looks like if they kept Zix and they just moved Abadage into the team, would they be performing like any worse? I don't think so. Honestly, the way 100 Thieves players speak about Reaper, it sounds like a huge upgrade over Zix, yeah, but I mean, when they're winning, they're not going to be like flaming their coach, right? They're not going to be talking their coach while they're winning. Be like, yeah, actually, I think our coach is useless. Like, I think that FBI and Huhi were always good laners. I think that they were like the best bot lane this entire year. And then I think that Abadage is just a better laner naturally than Ryoma. So I don't even think that they are help laning wise. Like, I see a much bigger difference in how EG plays the game and like how they've learned and been like coached. Like, it's like they're just doing things that they weren't doing before. Like, they have learned to like implement systems that they didn't have before, where generally like that could be a player doing it, but generally I think that is the coach. Okay, so here I want to do LCS. So I want to do FlyQuest, coaching, LCS staff, academy staff. The reason why I don't think Reaper is that great of a coach is once C9 started their slide in summer, it feels like they have the player skill. And if like you have a really good coach, I feel like they're able to rein things in and get the most out of their players. But I feel like Reaper didn't with C9. So I'm skeptical to give him credit. Who do I think is the best coach at LCS? I mean, I couldn't tell you. Like, I would say probably Peter Dunn or I'd say Kyoto. But like, I don't actually know what they're doing day to day, right? Like, I'm not sure how good they really are, so it's really hard to like make statements like that. Insanity for Pretty was a really good move. I think that was a bad move. I'm going to put that down here. I don't like the idea of changing your mid laner as like a reward for the academy mid laner if they're not up to the task of playing and just losing a game for free, especially when like you weren't solidified in playoffs. So I think that's a pretty bad move, to be honest. So I'll do EG, jungle, Svenskeren for contracts. I think that was pretty decent. The way they've used it makes a lot of sense. So let's do CLG here, mid, Demonte, or sorry, Powelter for Demonte. And I guess for good moves, it would be bringing back. See, like, I think it's a good move that they brought Alfari back, but I think the timing was so bad that it's like, it's a good roster change, but like how long it took them to do it, I just hated. So Jenkins being subbed out, Alfari being back in. There's one more that we need to rank outside of the other one. So I guess it's the Reapered one. So I'm just going to go 100T here. 100T, role, coach, subbed out, Zix, subbed in, Reapered. I think the biggest change actually, the biggest change for me was moving out Licorice and then moving in Kumo. I think the one that doesn't really matter is moving out Jose Diodo and moving in XI. I feel like Jose Diodo was the least of their worries as a team. Support, I think, was pretty big because their shot calling seems to have been improved. So I feel like this is, from all accounts, this is led by Diamond. Let's go Dreams being subbed out for Diamond. I would actually say I'll probably put Palafox here. Palafox out, triple in. And then I'll put 80 carry. I mean, I think this is also just 80 carry not really mattering that much in competitive. Like if your team is terrible, subbed out Johnson, subbed in Tomo. All right, there's my rankings. So I guess this is going to be my rankings. What else can I move? I mean, this is probably just what I think, man. I don't really think that there's much more to do than this, man. Honestly, like, there's so much context to changes that will go into my rankings, but like the Demonte one, for example, Demonte for Pobelzer, part of the reason why I don't think the Demonte is like bad or anything. That's not my idea. It's just like the way they did the roster change, like, I think is really troll, and then the timing of it seems pretty bad as well.